Police say a Kenner native died this morning after collapsing at a fraternity ritual off Southern University's campus.
Family and friends remember Caleb Wilson as a bright and talented musician. Chris Welty brings us the news information on the investigation into his death. Chris.
Liz Lauren, a spokesperson for Baton Rouge Police, says the department is investigating Caleb Wilson's death and also working with Southern University's police force. Police say Wilson and members of Omega Psi Phi fraternity were at North Sherwood Forest Community Park, according to sources. Members of the fraternity were carrying out a ritual where pledges stand in line when Wilson collapsed. Wilson was unresponsive when a group of friends brought him to a Baton Rouge hospital. Wilson was pronounced dead at 3:15 this morning. An autopsy is pending to determine his cause of death. Wilson was a member of Southern's Human Jukebox Marching Band. In a statement, Southern University says in part, quote, "The campus community extends condolences to his family, classmates, and loved ones. Southern is cooperating fully with the Baton Rouge Police Department, which is in charge of the investigation."
Yeah, when we get that bit of information from the coroner, then that bit of information will determine where we go with this investigation. Will it just be a death? Will it be considered a homicide? We're going to investigate, interview those individuals that he was with and get some information from them. All that information the detectives will look at, and then that will determine where we go.
Wilson, a junior at Southern, was also a mechanical engineering major. Wilson graduated high school from Warren Easton, where he was also a member of the band. On Facebook, Pilgrim Baptist Church in Kenner calls Wilson's death an unspeakable tragedy. The church adding, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." Saints and Pelicans owner Gail Benson released a statement calling Wilson a very bright student. Mrs. Benson went on to say, quote, "Our hearts go out to his family, friends, and the entire Southern University community during this incredibly difficult time. This tragic loss has hit very close to my heart as his father, Sergeant Corey Wilson, has worked with our team for many years. I have a deep and personal connection to his family. We mourn with him today on this senseless passing." Jefferson Parish Sheriff Joe Lopinto also releasing a statement saying, quote, "The Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office extends its condolences to Deputy Corey Wilson and his family following the heartbreaking loss of his son Caleb. The JPSO family stands in support of Deputy Wilson and his family." Once again, Wilson collapsed during an off-campus fraternity ritual where pledges stand in line. The national chapter of Omega Psi Phi declined comment. I did ask Southern University if the fraternity is being sanctioned or investigated, but a spokesperson said no further information beyond the university's initial statement is available. Liz?